Hello everyone! Today I'm excited to introduce you to the powerful 2017 South Korean film Man of Will that provides a captivating glimpse into a pivotal era of Korean history. In the late 19th century, the Korean Empire found itself caught between powerful nations like Japan, China, and Russia, who were vying for influence and control over the peninsula. This was a period of tremendous upheaval, marked by the assassination of Empress Myeong-seong in 1895 by Japanese agents. Her death became a rallying cry for Korean activists fighting to preserve their nation's independence from foreign domination. One such activist was Kim Chang-soo, an ordinary man who would transform into a revolutionary hero and the central figure portrayed in Man of Will. Outraged by suspicions that a Japanese agent was involved in the Empress's murder, Kim took matters into his own hands and killed the alleged conspirator. This defiant act landed Chang-soo in prison on death row. However, he used this as an opportunity to resist in his own way. Despite the harsh conditions and forced labor constructing early Korean railways under brutal Japanese oversight, Kim transformed the Incheon prison into a clandestine school. He began teaching his fellow Korean inmates, and even some guards, to read and write. This empowered them to not only challenge unjust accusations through legal petitions, but also elevated their knowledge and connected them to the growing independence movement against Japanese colonial oppression. Kim's educational efforts brought him into direct conflict with the prison director Kang Ha-young-sik, a Japanese sympathizer who opposed such activities. However, Kim's reputation and impact only grew stronger. The film culminates with Kim's dramatic escape from prison on March 19, 1898, made possible with the tacit permission of some guards moved by his teaching. This marked his transformation into the legendary Korean patriot known as Kim Gyu, who would dedicate his life to Korea's independence. Personally, I really respect Chang-soo's journey. As a Korean living under oppressive Japanese rule, he bravely formed an army to resist. After the Japanese assassinated the Empress Myeong-seong, he sought revenge. Then he got initially imprisoned. Chang-soo feels his sacrifices for Korea are in vain. However, his perspective shifts after befriending fellow prisoners who face similar injustices. With guidance from a scholarly inmate, Chang-soo realizes his purpose: to empower and educate his fellow prisoners to overturn their wrongful convictions. His resolve to fight for their legal rights and human dignity is inspiring. Even when facing death threats, Chang-soo skillfully negotiates better conditions and respect for the inmates. His leadership and teachings ultimately lead to the prisoners collectively pleading to the Korean king, resulting in Chang-soo's pardon. The power of Chang-soo's story lies in his transformation from a man driven by vengeance to one guided by wisdom and compassion. At first, his act of violence against the suspected Japanese conspirator seems to only breed more suffering, as he finds himself unjustly imprisoned. But through his interactions with fellow Korean inmates, Chang-soo comes to understand the systemic injustices they all face under Japanese colonial rule. It is through the mentorship of the scholarly prisoner that Chang-soo's eyes are truly opened. This wise inmate helps him recognize that true resistance lies not in further violence, but in the cultivation of knowledge and the assertion of legal right. Chang-soo's determination to provide education to his peers, ensuring they can read, write, and draft legal petitions, becomes his new form of defiance against oppression. Despite the harsh conditions and threats from the prison authorities, Chang-soo remains unwavering. His natural leadership qualities shine through as he negotiates tenaciously for better treatment and resources for the inmate. He inspires them not only with his teachings, but with his principled stance and refusal to be cowed by intimidation. At the heart of Man of Will is the gripping performance by Cho Jin-won as Kim Chang-soo, which is Kim Gyu. Cho embodies the character's moral conviction, determination, and inner conflicts in a way that makes him an inspiring yet very human figure. We see Kim grapple with the weight of his actions such as the murder that set events in motion. Yet he remains unwavering in his belief that nonviolent resistance, education, and the dogged perseverance of the Korean spirit are ultimately more powerful tools than violence for securing the nation's liberty. The supporting cast is also phenomenal at bringing depth to their roles. Song Seung-hyun portrays the Japanese prison director who clashes with Kim Chang-soo over his efforts to educate the inmates. The film highlights the tense dynamic between these two opposing forces, Kang representing the oppressive colonial authorities, while Kim champions the resistance through non-violent means like empowering the prisoners with literacy and legal knowledge. The portrayals convey the ideological conflicts and power struggles between the Korean independence activists like Kim Chang-soo and those complicit with or supportive of Japanese colonial rule over Korea in that era. The actor's work elevates the human drama underlying the political backdrop, while Man of Will inevitably takes some creative liberties for dramatic purposes. The core story shines a vital light on the early origins of the Korean independence movement in the 1890. The film reminds us that trailblazing figures like Kim Chang-soo, who later adopted the name Kim Gu, played an instrumental role in preserving Korea's identity, culture, and sovereign spirit during this perilous era. Through teaching, civil disobedience, and sheer tenacity, these activists elevated the Korean people's consciousness and determination to break free of colonial oppression after decades of struggle. Kim Gu himself would go on to become a prominent leader within the Korean provisional government based in Shanghai. So while stylized for the screen, the story of Man of Will encapsulates the enduring Korean resistance, embodied by real-life figures like Kim Gu. It captures both their acts of defiance, as well as their pragmatic approach of using education and self-empowerment as powerful tools against injustice. In closing, I really can't recommend Man of Will enough, especially if you want to learn more about this often overlooked part of Korean history. With its story based on real events, excellent direction by Lee Won-tae, and fantastic acting performances, the movie just sucks you right into the struggles and resilient spirit of that era. Whether you love gripping historical dramas or just great stories about the perseverance of the human spirit, Man of Will has so much to offer. It's an entertaining and educational story how ordinary people can become extraordinary leaders who inspire an entire country. Thank you for watching.